Hey everyone, welcome to All Star Studios. This is your host, Universe Dragon, and I'm here with the infamous Roosevelt Meach. How you doing today, Roosevelt?
Man, everything pretty good. How you doing?
And so far, so good. So far, so good.
Yeah,
Welcome to All Star Studios, man. Really appreciate you coming in today.
I appreciate you for having me. Most definitely.
I mean, I know
Always a
you.
pleasure.
I know you're a busy man. But again, definitely glad that you are here. And really, I want to go ahead and kick this off, man. First thing I want to say is, what got you in Horizon Worlds?
Great question. Great question. So I actually joined Horizon Worlds just off of curiosity. I purchased the Oculus for a family member who was coming over to visit me for the summer, my nephew. And I just wanted to have a little something for him to do while he was inside. Got a lot of outside activities already. So, purchased it. He was having so much fun on it. I decided to buy one for myself and get on. And we were just looking for things to do. And when I found Horizon, I saw the potential for business. And that's always been a very good passion of mine, is to find ways to make money. I have a strong ambition. So when I saw the potential, I kind of started to, get sucked in a little bit.
All right, man, and again, same here. We just finding this place, but so what really got you into music in this space? Because I know music is a big thing that you do here. You even put the music in this studio right here. So if you didn't know, Roosevelt put the music in this studio right here, and the music you guys hear every time you come to All Star Studios, Roosevelt, hooked that up here as well. So what got you into the music here?
Man, love it, love it. So, music has always been a big part of my life ever since a youngin. My father was a part of a band, and I would always like roadie for them. So I would do the lights. I would be at every performance, every practice. So music has just always been in my life. When I came into the metaverse, though, I started out, doing like a bill company, trying to put together a team that we could, build worlds for people and get money. But I saw that there was a void for the music. It seemed like everybody had live DJs. So I wanted to fill that void, and the best way that I knew how to do so was with a music store. I had a studio. My very first build actually was Studio Atlanta, and a lot of people would come in and ask me how I got the music into that world and if I could do the same for them. So, I just saw the opportunity, and me always being a fan of music, I decided to jump on it.
Man, I mean, I'm telling you that is great. And a great come up story is how you just kind of got in and you had a vision. The funny thing about it is, the studio Atlanta is one of the studios. As I was used to explore studios consistently, and I still do. That was one of the studios I saw. And I was trying to get people in there, like, hey, they got different beats over here. Man, it's got a whole new vibe than all the other studios that's kind of happening. So I really enjoyed that
Appreciate it.
back when, like when I was just really just studio hopping. But speaking of your music store, um, I heard that there's been some updates made to that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Most definitely, most definitely. So, like I say, Studio Atlanta was my first baby, but the music store was actually my first build with no collaboration help whatsoever. And it was something that I was proud of, but as we all do, it's a live and learn type of process. So sometimes if you go and you look at your first build, you can see the growth from where you started to where you are now. And with me being featured in the Juneteenth world, I wanted to give a part of me with my current talent, so my current skill set. So going into the music store and seeing it was funny, but it was like my first baby. So I did decide to update everything in there, so it's completely renovated, and it gives a real feel. So when you walk into the music store now, you can actually feel like you're walking into a music store in the real world. So it was all about the authenticity.
And I really love that. I mean, that's what we need in this place. You know what I mean? When it comes down to music, because there's so many people in this space who is interested in music, who does music, who loves music, and has that passion. So to see you bringing stuff in here for that part of the community is an amazing thing. And again, it's very motivating. It's very inspiring to see that, especially as an artist myself. But my question to you is, what keeps you motivated, Roosevelt? What keeps you motivated to do what you do on a consistent basis and stay on it?
I'm just a go-getter. Every day I try to get up and I try to go get it. It's not given. It was never a given for me, I would say. Some people's stories may be different, but I've always had to go out and get the things that I have. So it's just something that transitioned from real life. I used to be heavily into the streets and stuff before I went to college and got myself together, and that ambition just never went away. I left the streets alone, but the passion to always do more and be better, and it's just something that has always been a part of me. So I try to just apply that in the metaverse as well as outside the metaverse. I got a lot of different things going on, but being monetized definitely helps drive that passion. So, thanks. Shout out to Meta for the actual program and the benefits of being monetized. I think that really helps drive me more because they're always making changes and different ways that we can actually accumulate money in here. So, I think that's just one of the things that helps make that motivation a lot easier.
Oh, most definitely. I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, them providing a platform for people to actually have that either additional revenue or a source of revenue for people who do this full time. So it is an amazing thing to see that on this platform, and again to see so many people being a part of that, which inspires people to continue to build in here, inspires people to continue to motivate the people around them. So it's lovely seeing that, man. It really is. What would you say are some of the obstacles that you go through, or challenges that you find just kind of dealing with what in the business that you are in within this space?
Yeah, and you know what? Not only will I talk about the obstacles, but I'm more so proactive than reactive. So I also have to talk about some of the preventatives and things that I have in place because it has always been trial and error, just like regular life. You make mistakes, you learn from them. But one of the biggest obstacles that I've had to overcome in the metaverse specifically would be the updates. Horizon is forever making updates. Some are not as good as others. And Studio Atlanta actually hit 10,000 visits within its second month. I hadn't been published for more than 60 days, and I had already had 10,000 visits. But it was something that I kind of took for granted. I started building other studios. I did Studio One R&B for the ladies, and it has like a bull ride and just different things for R&B lovers. But um, I was constantly moving on, building the world, moving on, and Horizon did an update and it wiped all of my music. And it wasn't more so the music, it was just the script that I had the music tied to. So, I had it where if you press play, the musical, if you press a button, the music plays. If you press it again, the music stops. But the update somehow caused it so that when you press the button, it plays and stops instantly. So therefore, you don't hear any music. And in build mode, it was playing just fine. In regular published worlds, it wasn't. So, me not being attentive to those worlds, Studio Atlanta started to lose its visits and follows because people couldn't listen to beats anymore. The music studio for R&B lovers, a lot of those things kind of lost its steam because I wasn't attentive to the issues that were created by the updates. So since then, I'm constantly checking on those. I'm constantly, tongue tied a little bit, constantly perfecting my craft when it comes to my scripting and everything. So I actually started one of the preventatives that I have now is music insurance. So whenever I add music into people's world, I actually have an offer where you can purchase $10 a month for music insurance, and that will allow me to come in and update your playlist completely. If you wanted to add songs, remove songs, if you wanted a different asset, you may have it on the jukebox today and want it on the turntable tomorrow. So that has allowed me to come in and help out. And what I've noticed is a lot of times the updates may cause other issues in people's world, not necessarily with the music, but since I have a building team, I'm able to come through that music insurance and help figure out certain scripts and things for people. So, those are just some of the preventatives that I have now to let people know that if you do business with me, it's just not cut and dry. If you ever need me, you can most definitely reach out and have that assurance that I'm here for you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Now y'all heard that. This is a businessman right here. Like when it comes down to getting something and getting the most for your money that you're spending, it definitely sounds like you're providing superior service when it comes down to just really getting something and then knowing that you have fail safe just in case anything goes wrong. So that is lovely to hear. And I know a lot of people really don't provide things like that where there's, I will come back and make sure you're still good later on, for that additional fee. So that is amazing. And again, like love every single thing that you're doing when it comes to the business. And I'm looking forward to all the ways that you grow here. My question is, if someone's coming in this space right now and they're like, I want to get into the music. I want to, I want to get into this field, start doing, similar things that you're doing. What would be your advice to someone, a part of the community who's coming in and trying to get in that field?
It's all about networking. All about networking. And that's funny that you asked that, because I got to shout out to Austin Wise. I got to shout out to Mia Remy. Those are people who also are in the music field of the metaverse. Mia reaches out to me from time to time when she needs help. And it's a sharing community, so we always try to reach out and help each other. Shout out to Black Jedi as well. I'm not really a selfish person. I feel like the metaverse is big enough for everybody, so it's not going to be like a Pepsi, Coca-Cola deal with me where it's either with me or it's with them. It's if you can't get me, you can go to somebody else, or if you can't get them, you can come to me. A lot of times we'll help each other out on the back end when there's certain things that we're struggling with. So, I'm all about helping other people. So I would say my advice to somebody new is to make sure you network. I can't say it enough. It's so many great things come to people just off of learning who others are and helping each other and benefiting in certain ways. So, shout out to Obsidian Vision. So, like I was saying, just networking, period. And I gotta give a shout out to Obsidian Visions. I gotta give a shout out to Angel Artiste. I go by Price, Metal Big Chief, their whole team, man. It's phenomenal. The networking that they do together shows how far people can come if they come together. I'm Mr. Juneteenth. I want to say about 6 worlds in the Juneteenth. Not all of them are mine. I think I have about 3, and then I have 3 others that I've collabed with. So, just networking with other people. It was mind blowing to see worlds that I collab with people on also get featured in those in those bills. So, if anything else, just make sure you network.
100%, man. I think that's some of the best advice that can be given out here. And you heard it. Networking is key, especially if you're trying to get started in a business like, what Roosevelt does. So again, I just want to thank you for coming out to All Stars, man, and taking the time out your busy day to really join us and just hang out and let us pick your brain. So really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and really appreciate your time. We're going to go ahead and end it here, man. Thank you so much again. I just want to shout out to everybody who joins in and tunes in every week. Really appreciate you guys. Again, we'll be back next week with another episode of All Star Studios. So thank you so much. We'll catch y'all next time.
God bless you.